Just when you thought it was safe to go outside. Just when you thought you could leave your house again. They're back. Exploitation films and Grindhouse cinemas. What are they and where do they go? Exploitation films. The exploitation film has been around since the early days of cinema, but began being more popularized in the 60s and then huge in the 70s. The reason it gained popularity is mostly due in part to the change in how controversial a film was able to be by law as time progressed. An exploitation film is a genre of film that exploits itself through advertising and forbidden elements rather than relying on meaningful or intrinsic content. They are shot with a low budget, with very poor production values, and thus are regarded as B-movies, the term given to second-rate movies. Their initial reaction is generally intended to be shock and awe. Exploitation films usually contain a great deal of excessive gore, nudity, and hardcore thrills. They often exploited current events from the news and controversial topics from the time. An example would be the 1936 film Reefer Madness, which exploited the use of marijuana as a strongly negative element of society. This film is also an example of an earlier exploitation film. There are countless subgenres of the exploitation genre. Some of its subgenres include blaxploitation or black exploitation, sexploitation or sex exploitation, shock flicks, biker films, cannibal films, zombie films, splatter flicks, chambara or samurai films, spaghetti westerns, women in prison films, Nazi films, and the list just keeps going. There are also crossbreed exploitation subgenre films. These include blaxploitation crossed with sexploitation, which equals out to be blaxploitation, if you will. Exploitation cinema relies highly on advertising as a marketing tool. These films have great posters and movie trailers which make the film out to be much better than it actually is. Here's a trailer for the film Werewolves on Wheels, a biker exploitation film which features satanic rituals. A true classic of the satanic biker exploitation genre.
I am called one.
I come to offer you youth and fresh blood.
Hey, we all know how we're gonna die, baby. We're gonna crash and burn.
Werewolves on Wheels, starring Steve Oliver and Severn Darden.
I write your unholy name thrice in blood.
Pride of Satan, you are one with him. Pride of Satan, you are one.
This gang thought they were tough. The supernatural challenged them. Their fight for survival was savage. As one by one they became terrifying, bloodthirsty werewolves on wheels. Rated R from the Fanfare Corporation.
A Grindhouse theater is a term for a movie theater which mainly showed exploitation films. The term Grindhouse is also used as a term to describe the genre of films that played in these theaters. Grindhouses normally played B-movies consecutively and were most prominent in the 1970s. Many of the films shown were originally second and third features from drive-in theaters, but since urban areas had a lack of drive-in theaters, these Grindhouse theaters opened to play only the most explicit, violent, sex, and generally bizarre taboo content, featuring films in such areas as Boston's Combat Zone, the Adult Entertainment District in downtown, Los Angeles Broadway and Hollywood Boulevards, New York City's Times Square, and San Francisco's Market Street. Due to the increasing popularity of the home video entertainment industry, Grindhouse theaters had officially vanished from the United States by the end of the 1980s.